Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cher, just Cher, aka that girl Cher. And if you're not following me on Instagram yet, why not?
Why?
Take your time. Pause this video, go follow me on IG, follow me on Twitter. They're both the same, that girl C.
Had a dreams that you
Try this again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cher, just Cher, aka that girl Cher. And if you're not following me on Twitter and Instagram, then why not? Take a second, pause this video, go follow me. You did it? Alright, cool. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, so today this will be a get ready with me. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for a makeup look, but I'm gonna chat with y'all while I do my makeup. I'm gonna be doing my makeup because I'm going roller skating tonight with a friend. I have no idea what the plan is, but I think I'm either gonna do something from the Juvia's palette, the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place, or the 420 palette by Melt Cosmetics, because I realized I'm trying to go through all the colors of the rainbow of looks that I have not done yet. If you haven't noticed already, I got my eyebrows done. Which means I have actual brows now, like not caterpillars that I was working with that are shapeless, that take up too much real estate on my face for me to do a proper makeup look. So now these babies have been tamed, I can really do some really detailed work. It's crazy because I'm used to going on a schedule, but I don't know, maybe because of COVID and like funds, I just haven't like put the time in like I would normally do, set aside of going back every couple of weeks. I've been going to the same brow tech I think for over 10 years now, and yeah, I just, you know, keep it on a schedule. Plus I've been running around prepping because I start a new job tomorrow. No, today's Saturday, so Monday, which I'm totally excited about. So just been busy trying to prep for that, and it's been a lot, but here I am. I've got a setup. I also wasn't filming consistently because the setup plus the heat, and as you can hear in the background, I have an air conditioner in here now. Thank you, Mami. I feel like because I want to do a bold eye, I wish that I had a apron to cover this dress, but it's cool. I'm wearing all black. I'm debating if I'm gonna wear a dress or a jumpsuit, but I think I'm gonna start with my eyes first. So first things first, how's everybody doing? I know I'm behind because I normally been uploading on Fridays along with Faced BTW Fridays, which I think I'm gonna have to we will temporarily have to move while I do this summer job, because I'll be working Monday through Friday and I will be out of town. So until I come back, we might have to move it, which I was talking to Lael about earlier today, about the possibility of moving it to a Saturday or a Sunday for the next couple weeks, and then moving it back to Fridays, which will work because I don't have school on Fridays. And I think Lael picks Fridays because she's dancing and working throughout the week, and I think weekends she's in class, so that's why she chose Fridays. Faced BTW Fridays is her idea. I don't don't know, guys. What do I want to use? Do I want to go bright and ridiculous? Do I want to go toned down? I kind of want to use this green for something though. Maybe I'll try this one. I know I've done the 420 palette. We'll do it again. I have another video to make for my looks anyway, so it'll be an excuse to pull it back out. Give myself something new to work with and see where it goes. Worst case scenario, we just wipe it off and start over. So anyway, I guess just let's chat about what the heck has been happening. Is anybody paying attention to the news? Did anyone see that crazy video of that Karen going berserk on that black woman in the mall? Of course she did. Of course she did. I've been trying to avoid, I believe for at least a month now, any sad headlines, because honestly it's depressing. I know that the world is under disasters due to climate change. We have social issues. I've tried my hardest to use the internet as in a form of escape. It's really tough because I do love Twitter, and you know, I don't want to turn a blind eye, of course, to anything that's happening in the world, but I think it was starting to take a toll on me mentally. So that's why I just went ahead and took a break from it all. And I think I've been hiding. I try not to read too many like articles and stuff on it. I like being informed, but it's just too much for me as of late. Especially when I feel like I don't know how to make a change, you know? Like, it'd be different if I had the money. I would just pay it to fix all the problems in the world if I could, but I just don't have the funds, so it just makes me feel extra sad and hopeless. But I try to boost signals for people asking for money and help out when I can. Did anyone watch has anyone heard Normani's new track with Cardi B for Wild Side? It samples 1 in a Million by Aaliyah. I loved it. I listened to the song because I had heard the snippet and I was like, I don't really care for it, but listening to the full track out, I think she really did the sample justice. A lot of people were saying they wouldn't have known that it was sampled. Maybe I'm just like a music buff or like getting older, but I was like, I can clearly tell that this is taken from from 1 in a Million. They didn't use the guitar, but the beat, the drums and everything that is definitely taken from 1 in a Million. But I think Normani did a really good job of carrying it. Like, she's respectful to the sample, but I also feel like she made it her own, you know? I think as of late when people sample stuff, it's been kind of lazy in my opinion. I'm trying to make sure my eyes match. Where they sample things and they don't, I don't know, I think it's kind of cheap because they use the sample in a way that they pretty much are covering the original, so everybody's like singing along to it, which I'm pretty sure is good for the original artist because someone is gonna stream the original now, you know, and they're still gonna get songwriting credits on this sample. But I don't know, I think the whole point of being an artist is to make something new. Or I shouldn't say necessarily anything new, because I understand that everything to a certain degree is copied, but flip it. Like, what's the point of doing something and just doing the same thing over and over again? I don't know, I think I'm rambling. But I just applied primer to my eyelids by P. Louise in the shade Rumor 4. I don't know if the camera focuses. I'll put it down in the description though. And I just used this tapered flat brush to apply it. And I was just taking the time to carve out my the eye shape that I'm going for. I went ahead and skipped the washi tape because I think in this case the fallout won't matter and the shape won't matter either. I'm gonna clean it up when I'm done anyway. So for base color, I I think I'm gonna go ahead and apply this bright green. I don't know what that would be considered. Like aquamarine? It's not teal, I don't think. But I'm gonna apply it over my whole lid and pray that it works out. So, yeah, anyway, I've been... Yes, this is pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I think aquamarine was the right word. Yeah, so anyway, I've been into Normani for a minute. I liked her song Dancing with a Stranger with why am I blanking on their name right now? You know, they
made the song, it'll come to me. I'll put it in the video.
And post editing. Anyway, I've liked Normani stuff, and I like Love Lies with Khalid too. And I wasn't really into Fifth Harmony like during their prime. I think I got into Fifth Harmony towards their end. Well, that's not true, because when they, what was it? I liked a couple of their tracks. I think I just never followed them because I didn't feel like Fifth Harmony was for me. Like, I don't think I was their target audience, but they definitely had some tracks that I like. Oh my god, look at that pigment! Listen, people don't really rock with Juvia's place, but you can't say that this shit don't. You can't say that color payoff ain't it. And for the record, this is an old palette. I didn't buy this recently. I've had this before the whole controversy happened. Do people still use Juvia's place? I feel like they do. I wish brands would stop getting into trouble. It makes it really hard. Like, damn, I would like to support you and continue to throw my coins at a good company. Could you not be a dickhead? But anyway, yeah. So I liked Fifth Harmony. I liked that first album. I forgot what it was called when they're wearing all the big like summer hats. It came out. They were a little cheesy to me. I know they were trying to make them the new Spice Girls, and as a OG Spice Girls fan, it's gonna sound hella biased, but I hated the comparison. Like, just because they were a 5-piece group does not make you the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls catalog is still iconic, by the way. Like, I don't think they got enough credit because people wrote them off as just being a pop group, but you can put on a Spice Girls album today and all that shit really does rock. I think I was reading something some time ago that by Baby Spice or Sporty Spice that said that they actually were in charge of writing their own songs and the arrangements. So say what you want, but they got hits. But anyway, yeah, I thought Normani did a fantastic job. You can tell they put in a lot of effort and a lot of work and a lot of planning went into the looks for the video. She did several outfit changes. I really love the outside one on the choreo when they're on the rooftop in the leather outfits. I think that someone was saying that they actually did use some of the choreo from the More Than a Woman music video too. And if you know anything about Aaliyah, you know that she was iconic not just for her looks but also for her choreo. And if there was ever someone to be able to pull it off, it was definitely Normani, because she's a fantastic dancer. She carries really well. People were saying though that they didn't really want Cardi B on the track and felt like Normani could have been by herself. I didn't have a problem with Cardi on the track. I thought Cardi she did fine. But I get it. I'm trying to decide if I want to use this purple as a shadow to build depth, or if I want to try to find something in the same color family. It's so good. Let me just go ahead and put it under my eye just while I'm here. But I'm trying to think. But yeah, she does a very good job, and I've seen a few different performances she did, like the one she did for Jimmy Fallon. Normani has a really good stage presence. And if you she's been able to do a tribute to Janet Jackson, who I think she also did a good job. Someone else said she channeled Aaliyah and Janet during that video. and I think she did a good job. Like, if she was able to do a Janet Jackson tribute, that means that you were able to keep up the footwork and have the stage presence. Sorry guys, I'm trying to focus and not poke myself in the eye while I'm talking. That's saying something. Even Beyonce has said, you know, trying to help usher in Normani, which I know that Normani gets a lot of Beyonce comparisons, which I hope that we stop doing. Could we please stop doing that? How many careers have we ended because we compare someone new to someone that's already in the game? And I don't, of course, I think Normani's not offended by it, what she said, but it's a lot of pressure to be compared to somebody who has like 20 plus years in the game on you. Like, relax, let Normani be Normani. Of course, I don't have a darker blue-green. What does one use without ruining their whole makeup look? Maybe I will do the purple after all. Might be a terrible idea, we'll find out. But yeah, it helps, like it really makes it difficult for people to get their foot in the door. Like for me, if I become a performer, like, I love Lady Gaga, of course she's gonna come out as an inspiration in my work. And I think too, if I'm not mistaken, Normani's earlier choreographer that she was using would also choreograph for Beyonce, so that might be why the comparisons come too, is because not because she's copying Beyonce, but the choreo is literally the same person. But I would hate, you know, well, I wouldn't hate it, you know, if I was to be performing and someone's like, oh, she's like Lady Gaga, but it would hurt my feelings after a while. I'm like trying to find my own look, my own sound, and people are, oh, you think you're Gaga, oh, you think you're Gaga. Like, no. Am I a child of Gaga? Of course. Am I a child of Janet? Of course. Am I a child of Beyonce? Of course. But I'm my own person. Give me some space. I'm using this fluffy brush, by the way, to work this deep purple over here into the socket of my eye as my deeper shade. We'll see if this is successful soon. But yeah, it's really discouraging, because where's there room to build as your own person if you're constantly being compared? This actually didn't turn out as bad as I thought. It's not purple. It's like, I don't know if the camera is reading it, but it's purpley, but it's turning blue. But it's working out. It's working out. So far, so good. Yeah, but we keep asking for new artists and new people to come out. But how can we make room for new artists to come out when they show up? We just start immediately tearing them down, saying that they're trying to be this other person. And it makes it harder for them to like develop as an artist, to find out who they are, because we're constantly comparing them to their predecessor. Like I said, I'm sure she doesn't mind the comparison. It feels good, but at the same time, Normani wants to be Normani. You know, let Normani be Normani. Like, imagine if when we have another alternative, like Doja Cat, like, Doja gets a lot of comparisons to Nicki Minaj. Is she inspired by her? Obviously. Of course she's inspired by Nicki, but she's not trying to be Nicki, she's trying to be Doja, which I think she's doing successfully. I don't care for Planet Her. I think I should just take another listen to it, but I know it's doing really well and a lot of people really enjoy it. But I love Doja. I really like watching her live performances. I really love how creative she is. I love all her looks. And I love the fact that all the girls are working together. Like, that's so fun, and I think that's so good for their fans to see them working with a variety of artists and letting people know that collaboration is a thing. Because, you know, coming out of the Nicki era, well, Nicki, you know, in her defense, partially, she was by herself in her reign, but it would have been nice for her to put on some other... Yeah, I'm not even going to go into that, because if the Nicki stands find this video, y'all gonna have a cow. But my point is, I'm just glad that the new girls are fans of each other and want to work together. Also, love Megan Thee Stallion's Stop Shit. I know people were saying that they didn't like it. I loved it. I don't know what the problem was. I like the video. I like the song. I think that's the first Megan song I've heard where I played consistently on repeat. I feel like it's my favorite bars by her. What is this crusty shit on my nose? You know, guys, I don't hate it. I don't know what we're doing here, but I don't hate it. Something tells me though I am gonna need another flat brush to apply because I want to use this glittery green on which seems like the corresponding color to apply that over my lid. So let me pull out the primer again and just lay some primer down to go for that, and a flat brush to apply the glitter. Also, I had got to use Glam Goth's glitters. That's a mouthful. Say that 3 times fast. I got to use some of Glam Goth's glitters because I got the glitter glue. I'm an idiot. When I first bought them, I didn't buy the glue that came with them, and then just recently purchased it, and I've used it for 2 looks so far, not on myself but on clients, and I really love them. If you haven't bought them, you should definitely check them out. Shout out to my friend Tiny for putting me onto Glam Goth in the first place, because it's most certainly been worth it. And I like watching her content because she gives me new ideas for looks. So as y'all can clearly see, I have a double eyelid. I have an eyelid crease. That's why it's touching. You see that right there. But that's why I'm trying to like carve it out. I didn't mean for that to touch, but it's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Us double eyelid people have to make do, but that's okay. And I really like how they are blending out together. You know, I had another Juvia's Place palette. I think I left it at the art studio with my mentor. But I wouldn't be opposed to copying another one if they have one, because they are really good for what we use them for. My mentor body paints, and I do the makeup, so we incorporate the looks. And I'm just taking a flat eyeshadow brush. It was fluffy before, but I've used it so much it just stays flat. And I'm going in with that glittery green I was using. I'm talking about, but yeah, they come in handy for the looks that she does. They're very complimentary to the work that her and her daughter do. I'm just gonna cover that. And they're really useful. It reminds me of that, is it the Paradise palette? I think it's the Paradise palette by Makeup Evolution. I could be wrong. Which is still on my wish list. I want to get that palette because I've heard really good things. But that's what this eye look color is like. This eye look is giving me. Now I realize, guys, that I've put this on my eyes. What the hell am I wearing on my lip? And then I'm just gonna go back in with that same fluffy brush I was using earlier and patch in some spots that I might have messed up and blend down some areas again. Yeah, but I think it's by Makeup Evolution, and it's that or the Take Me to Brazil palette. I think both of them are beautiful. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to add more primer, but I am gonna take this green and put it right in my inner corner highlight. Now, as you can see, there's fallout, which is why I was wrong. I am gonna put on more primer. Which is why I didn't do my face first, because I knew that there would be fallout from this color, and it's easier to wipe off when it's red and green. But when it's blue, it just makes underneath my eye look gray. So that was why I did this. I did it in the order that I did it. Of course, I could use washi tape, or some people like to do their full face and then like get to the part where they bake and then just leave their powder on and dust it all off. I find that doesn't work for me. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. But that method seems not to do the trick for me. Like, because when I go to wipe it off, it feels like it's trying to like adhere even harder to my skin. So I prefer not to do it that way. If I know I'm gonna use a wild like combination, I'd rather just start with my eyes first. Guys, this is actually kind of cute. I look like a little peacock. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I think we just did something. Oh, and by the way, how I'm switching between my brushes is I'm using this. That's my fault. It's because I put micellar water in it. You don't need to, but I prefer it just to make them a little bit cleaner. I'm using this brush cleaner, so I just wipe it in the sponge. And it cleans my brushes off for me. Wipes them clean, like that. See? So now I can clean up my face, and I think I'm gonna do my brows first, and then put on my makeup on my full face. So I'm just gonna get a makeup wipe. Let's see what I can dust off. Let's see. You see how the fallout still like hangs around under there, turns everything green and blue. Yeah, that's okay though, because it could have been worse. I have another pack of makeup wipes around here somewhere that I need to bring out here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go right under my eyes, and I don't think I'm gonna use eyeliner. I do think I'm gonna put on mascara, but I don't. Bruh, my camera is so disrespectful. It just cuts off without warning. I hope that just cut off. So I just did my brows, and I just applied concealer under my eye in the shade Mocha from the Born This Way Too Faced collection. And I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender to blend it out, but I need to apply it from more places first. I'm trying to keep an eye on my camera to see, like, make sure it doesn't cut off again. As far as I'm gonna go, because I have a different one that I'm gonna use. So I don't know if you guys noticed, if anyone's watched my last couple videos, I've been using the Fit Me concealers along with the concealer and contour from Born This Way. They're a little bit darker, so it gives a little more subtle look, so it's not so obvious, if that makes any sense. So I just go right underneath it. So this is the shade Hazelnut number 55. So that's what I just went behind it with. And I do not apply my contour to blend out at the same time, because I find that for some reason they just get muddled together for me. Like, I've seen those YouTube videos or those TikTok makeup clips or the IG makeup videos where people blend them down. I don't know what kind of sorcery they're using, but it doesn't work for me. I'm just trying to get in there with the corner of my eye. Pat it down. And you see like the brighter colors underneath my eye where I want to bring the light, but it cools down, like it's not super obvious underneath my eye. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. I don't want it super light, so they have a nice layered effect when I put on my foundation. It's funny because it's gonna look like in post that I'm just staring at you in the camera, but I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't just shut off again without me knowing, because that happened the last time I was filming. Thank God I caught it very quickly, but I don't know what the problem is. The memory card is empty. Like, I cleared off the memory card when I did my last batch of editing, and I'm using this contour under my foundation, but the other one, the other lighter shade, I'm going to use that on top of my foundation. So it seems like a lot of product, but I promise you it is not, because that I'm using like really light layers. I'm not trying to go super crazy with the amount. It's just enough to add a shadow detail. That's the whole point of us contouring. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with 2 foundations. Okay, I love how I said it's not a lot of product, but I'm using 2 foundations. That's just because they're the same one. I'm running low on them, and I like mixing them together. So I'm gonna go in with the Born This one in the shade Chai, and I'm gonna do the Fit Me foundation by Maybelline in the shade 355 Coconut. So my only complaint is, why don't drugstores have pumps on their foundation? It's 2021. There's no excuse for this. So I just use a little bit of that and a pump of the Born This Way, if I can get a pump out, because as you can see, it's on its last leg. But they're literal dupes. So if you're, there we go, if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, because the Born This Way one I think is $38, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just mixing the 2 of them together, that would be a good alternative. So the formula is like pretty much the same, and just like how Born This Way has a matte finish and a dewy finish, the same thing goes for the Maybelline. So I'm going in after I've applied this, mix these 2 together, and applying it to my whole face. Also want to throw out, if you wanted to by this point, you could also highlight underneath your foundation. I have not tested how that looks just yet, but you know, if you're looking for something a little bit more subtle, I know that it's supposed to be good for that. Like if you're not a person that likes product all over your face. See, and just from that little bit, I've already covered pretty much my whole face. But you see how everything goes together? And my face, even though I just applied the brown, like a brown over it, it doesn't look flat. That's right, kiddies. Apply that foundation up to those ears. Blend that face out, okay? And look at the finish. Like my skin, oh, I just realized I didn't really highlight above my lip, but that's okay. I can go back in with the other shade that I use and go over it so it's not super obvious. But you know how normally you apply your foundation over your whole face and then your face just looks like one shade? As you can see, that's not happening because we've already concealed and slightly contoured underneath this foundation. So everything just looks cute. Gotta make stupid faces so you can get the makeup in all the spots. And don't forget to blend down your neck. Okay, darling? Bring it down the neck. Everything must blend. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, blend. And don't be afraid to get in there in the corners. Like blend it out with your eye, by your eye. done. And look, we didn't even use all the product. That's why I was saying you don't, it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't a lot. It covered the whole face. So I'm gonna go in with that contour. There we go, I had to burp. Excuse me, actually, wait a second. I'm gonna go in with that highlighter, that conceal color I was using, and do the on my upper lip. I'm doing the darker one, so it doesn't look so light around my mouth. Okay, and then I also, if you're wondering why I put this darker color under my lip, it's to make my bottom lip look fuller. It's just to create a little shadow there. And now I will contour the sides of my nose with this slightly darker shade. I mean, slightly, it's a deeper shade than my foundation, but it's not as dark as the contour color from Born This Way. And that's because I don't want a super dramatic like heavy contour. Like, you know how I'll be able to see people and it's like a really heavily made up face. Like if I was on camera, yes, but because I'm gonna be in person, no. I don't want people to walk up and be able to clock my makeup. So that's why I'm doing it, and it's more subtle. You see how that like changed the nose shape, made it a little bit of shadow, but it's not, you can't see like an obvious delineation on my face. And I just contoured right between my eyes just to make them look more inset. So I contoured there, under my lip, blend that out. Then I am going to take the deeper contour from the Born This Way collection and use that to contour my cheeks and under my chin. Now that's because your girl likes snacks and it shows, so my face is round because I be eating. So I'm gonna do there, and I'm gonna do under my chin and across my jawline. This is also another reason why I like these two lighter concealers, is because now you know how they usually take the powder in between, which you absolutely can, but I like using the shade in between so they don't blend out so much, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I took those darker ones and I put the lighter one. She did not need to use that color. I can use the lighter contour shade in betwixt, so I have to make sure they're even. That's why I'm picking the color up, trying to transfer on the other side, so that way it looks more realistic, like the transition between the colors, instead of like dark, light, dark. You know what I mean? And blending, darling, is everything, which is why we're using a damn beauty blender, because you can just keep blending to your heart's desires. And the same thing, I'm gonna do the darker part first to blend down, then do the other darker on top, then the lightest part, because if not, they will all get muddled together and you won't be able to see. There would be no point. You would have defeated the purpose of doing it this way. So somewhere James Welsh is gonna get a hold of this video and just rip my tips apart, but you know, it's okay. I'm not a big YouTuber, so your girl can work it out as we go, you know? See how that looks? Look how sucked in we look. Look at the skin, it's glowing, okay? Look how healthy she looks already. And just for I'm not going to contour my forehead because I'm gonna bronze instead. Which also, if you don't want to, which I do a lot of times when I don't wear foundation, you can use your bronzer as a contour around your face to save yourself time and product. If you just want it to look, you know, a little definition, swap it out. It'll give you the warmth in your skin of being sun-kissed. No one will know. No one will know.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't. I can't. Oh my god.
Okay, so face is 1. Okay? Now we're going to bronze, darling. Bronze. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Mocha Mami by Fenty Beauty. You knew this. Y'all knew this. I do have Thickman, and I've been using that on my other clients with deeper complexions, and I love it. It's a beautiful color. I could probably get away with it if I tan really, really, deep, because sometimes I just be chilling in the sun. So I'm just going in with this is the Morphe E48 brush, the fluffy, I guess a blush brush, and I'm going to just bronze all the way around my forehead, which is why I didn't contour. See the difference? You see how it's like warmer? It's that same, you're gonna get the same effect. There's no reason to really contour around my hairline anyway if I'm gonna bronze. And I'm gonna bring it all the way down to my ears. It has a warm tint, so you don't have to worry about it too having that gray undertone that is in contour, because it's not meant for sitting. It's like made for creating shadows on your face, but this is doing just the trick. Like I've been laid out on a beach somewhere. Speaking of beaches, I need to go. I want to go to the beach before the summer is out. I say that every year and then I don't go, but I actually do drive and have time to go to a beach this year, so I really should make that a thing. And I am gonna contour just a smidge under my chin because my jawline can use all the help she can get, you know? When I say we like snacks, we like snacks. Trying to do better. We've been consistent for the last week or 2. Week and a half. I'm gonna keep it up. I can do this. This weight's gonna come off. Okay. Alright, so we've bronzed. Let's get into some blush. And I think because my eyes are such a cool look, I think I can get away with wearing a warm look on my cheeks. Let's check my color options though before I agree to something. So I could do a peachy look. I could get away with a pink look, and this is the warm palette. Let's do the side by side. This one's the cool palette. If I get it open, I can really do the frosty pink too. I think warm will do better for this look. And I think I'm gonna be a little adventurous and do 2 blushes. So I think I want to do Provocative, which is this bright peachy orange over here, and I think I'm gonna do Dessert, which is this like peachy pink over here in the ABH palette. So I'm gonna do the orange one. I'm gonna do the orange one first. That same brush I just used to apply my bronzer. Clean that off a little bit. See, and the color comes right off. Magic. And I'm just gonna dab my brush into that and tap that right onto my cheeks. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. I look like somebody pinched my cheeks and I've just been chilling in the sun somewhere. I love it. She might blush her nose. We gonna see how it goes. And then I'm gonna go to the other palette and take Dessert.
And just say that, oh, on top. Did I go a little crazy? I don't think it looks so good. Look at my apple. I love it.
And then like, I know so for some of you might be like, oh, this blush is really intense, Once I powder and set it, it'll come down. The tone won't be so obnoxious. I look like I've gotten a lot of kisses though. I'm okay with this. I don't know what color to highlight with, guys. Just a little bit on my nose. Just a little warm to the tip of my nose. You know, us anemic girls, we be pink all the time anyway, so it don't matter. Alright, so now we want to highlight. Wait, do I want to powder underneath my eyes first, or do I want to highlight first? Let's powder first, just in case. Because I think if I highlight first, then powder, the powder might take some of the intensity down. And that's not really what I'm going for. I'm gonna wet my beauty blender. I'll be right back. So, I'm now taking the Maybelline Fit Me and the shade Deep 35. I know before I said this wasn't the powder for me. But I think she's learned to use it a little bit differently. Okay. See how that's even too? And that was why I did the 3 shades. You see how it looks less like, it looks crazy now, but when I go to dust it off, it'll all make sense, I promise, and these lines won't be here. You know, sometimes your girl just has to experiment off camera, that's all. Okay? So I'm just doing that, and I'm setting under my eyes. You know, just in case I cry when I go roller skating. It might get really intense in my fifis when they play something. I don't know. But I can promise you it's not gonna move. It's not gonna move. Okay? And I'm actually gonna powder under my chin, just so that I don't have makeup fallout on my clothes, because that is the worst shit ever when you put something on and get makeup on your top. It's never coming out. It's never coming out. Just go ahead and let it go. I had to say goodbye to a white dress that I have that is similar in style to this one, because I just couldn't get it out. So I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm gonna highlight. What are we gonna use for highlight, y'all? What color are we feeling? And I'm just wiping off the excess foundation. It was sitting there. Don't need to powder my forehead. I'll let that sit for a moment. We have blusher on. In the meantime, while I wait, I'm just gonna apply some mascara. This is my favorite mascara. This is the Colossal Big Shot, also by Maybelline. The brush you would think doesn't do much, but I really like details that it gives my lashes. And I don't feel like, you ever I can't remember the brand of the other one that I use. Like, it does a good job of defining, but it makes my lashes so hard, like scary hard, to the point where I feel like I'm rubbing my lashes out. And I don't have that with this one. Like, it stays put, but I don't feel like I'm losing lashes from using it, because the formula is like turning my lashes into cement. You know what I'm saying? And I did my bottom lashes first, just because they're make it a little easier for me to reach. And now I'm gonna go underneath first. Like, oh my god, look at that. Look at this definition. Also, if I haven't said this before, or you're new, I don't really like wearing falsies. I just don't. I like magnetic ones, those are cool. But I think there's a skill to pick out the right lashes for the right look, and I have not mastered that, nor do I have the budget. So my own lashes have been doing the trick for me, and as long as they continue to grow and do right by me, I'ma rock with them. I'ma stick beside them, you know. So I'm trying to make sure they don't clump together. Like, that's my doing the way I'm brushing them. Like, you say the difference left to right. Your left, my right. Well, my left, your right. You see what I'm trying to say. And just because I was an idiot the first time around, I'm actually gonna go on top first. Then go underneath, because that was what I was supposed to do, instead of on top then under. I forgot the reason why. I believe it's to avoid your lash clumping, and you're supposed to wiggle the brush as you go through them, which I didn't do until I had applied too much to the other one. And it also helps to use it at an angle to comb through your lashes. See? And if you want to, because I did get a little mascara on my lid, I'm just gonna go back in and touch up with the shadow just to cover it up. Okay, and then now we can draw my moles back on. Clean this brush off. Magic, I swear it's magic. And I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take this other generic liquid liner I have, and I can see it faintly. I'm gonna draw my moles back on. And now that that's set, I can make sure this doesn't have any makeup on it. Okay, and now that that's set and that's on, now I can dust this line off. See what I mean? Okay, and you can still see the line a little bit, but when I spray it down, it won't matter. So what lip am I going to wear? Oh, and I haven't highlighted. Is there a shade in here I can highlight with? No, I think that one's too red. I think I'm gonna go with Babe. Okay, so I'm gonna take an angled brush that I actually just used to brush this powder off to apply my highlighter, and I'm gonna do the shade Babe out of that same brush palette by Morphe I was using, that I used to apply for, yeah, I don't even know who this brush is by. I think I wiped it off. I've had it for so long. Hey, it hasn't fallen apart, doing its job. So I just tapped all the color on, my bad. So right under the corners of my eye. Yo, every time I do my right eye, it's mad hard to catch the light. There we go. Okay. There we go. And I'm sure that they're uneven. Like, that annoys the hell out of me. And then I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush and that same highlighter and highlight in the center of my face, just so that I can have more control over where the highlight goes, and do a bit on the tip of my nose. Subtle, okay? I'm also gonna use it to highlight my ears. Yes, I do highlight my ears. And I might highlight my upper lip, but let's find out what color I'm putting on first before I do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line my lips in a brown liner, and I'm gonna use the Sephora lip pencil in the shade Molasses. It's number 17. These are actually really nice pencils, because I be on a budget, so I don't always try to buy what is available at the big name brands. But so I tested these. My camera is so disrespectful. Did it again, but I'm almost done. It's okay. So I'm gonna take that same highlighter in the shade Babe that I used with that same fluffy brush, and now I'm gonna highlight on my top lip. Okay. Then wipe down my jewelry, spray off my face, and that will complete the look. So give me a moment. Alright, so now I'm gonna set and spray and to set to my whole face, and then blend it down with the Beauty Blender. So I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 spray. I love this one, and I love the Smashbox one. They're both really good. This one just has a light peachy scent, so. And to blend it all back down with your Beauty Blender. Okay, blend it, baby. Absorb that spray back in. And now that line of demarcation I was talking about on my cheeks from the powder is gone. Voila. And just because I forgot to do it, one last touch before I'm done, forgot to highlight my brows. And that's it. That is the complete and final look. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun trying something new. I think the look was really successful, and I'll try to insert some clips of what the hell I'll wear to the skate rink and show you how it lasted. So I think I did a pretty good job. Okay, thank you. Right, all right, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in for my channel. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you give it a like. If you want to come back, I would love if you subscribed. If you want to give me a tip, ask me a question, any of that, feel free to leave a comment. Hit me up on Twitter. I love suggestions. Hit me up on IG. Like, I want to test and learn new things as I go. I'm, self-taught, and I'm just really happy that people are tuning in. I know I have a really small community, but I'm really thrilled to make content for people, and I'm just so excited that you guys want to tune in and watch me do whatever foolishness I'm doing in front of my camera. So thank you so much, though. I hope you loved it, and I'll see you next one. Quick editor's note post me inserting myself as I was taking pictures on my phone. So you saw that I put on lipstick in these two shades, Cindy and Neptune and Lime Crime in my video, but I actually went ahead and changed the color because I just didn't think it was bright enough for the look I was doing, so I swapped them out. So I ended up changing it to Melt Cosmetics as my sequel, which is the bottom layer, and doing a highlight in the shade Ayesha, which is by KBD. So I just wanted to make sure I put that note in there so I'm not in post trying to remember what colors I wore, so I can be able to tell you guys directly. So back to the video. Post edit. I'm home from the skating rink after skating for about an hour and a half or so, and I just wanted you to see how my makeup is still intact. It is currently after 10 o'clock. I'll put the timestamp somewhere in the video and post, but yeah, just to show you that my makeup held up. Nothing came off. I'm not melting. So yeah.